I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Rob Schimek. He is the Group CEO at bolttech. Rob, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, I'm very much looking forward to talking with you. But before we do that, just a quick note to our viewers. This interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE doesn't recommend any investments or investment strategies. All right, so Rob, tell me about bolttech. What do you do?
Judy, we are the fastest growing, internationally scaled insurtech in the world. We focus on insurance distribution. Our whole goal is to shape the future of insurance distribution.
All right, so now you recently closed a mega round Series B at 196 million. So tell me, what does this mean for bolttech and the broader insurtech sector?
So we're really proud of the fact that after only 3 years, so we're a baby, after only 3 years, we've had so much success with being recognized in the marketplace as a special company that would attract capital at this point in time. So thank you to our investors. Thank you to everyone for having confidence in us. The very first thing I'd say is it's not even just only about bolttech. We love the fact that we're maybe one of the early signs that there is life out there in the insurtech capital raising space. It is, we think, an indication of the promise that the insurtechs can bring to the marketplace, and we're really excited about that. As it relates to bolttech, of course, as I said, we're the fastest growing internationally scaled insurtech. What that means is that we have to be able to support our businesses around the world. And so we're today on 3 continents, North America, Europe, and Asia, 31 countries. And our real goal here is to be able to fuel our ongoing growth. We build all of our technology ourselves, so it's homegrown tech, but there's a lot of things that are going out there on there in the marketplace today that we don't want to have to build ourselves. And so the capital helps us to be able to support some inorganic growth to complement the organic efforts that we're taking on the technology side.
All right, so Rob, tell me, what sets you apart from others that are in this space?
Yeah, so very first and foremost, I would say to you that we do 3 things that jump out as being different from others. The first item is that we've created something, because of its international nature, is so scalable. So you won't find many insurtechs that have achieved something at the scale, either in terms of the breadth of the geography that we cover, 3 continents, 31 markets around those continents, or even in terms of the volume of what we do. Just to put this in context for you, in the last 12 months, we quoted over $60 billion of premium on behalf of our distribution partners. So if you think about it, I'll put this in context in terms of our primary product. The product that we love to quote insurance for is homeowners insurance. So we quote 28 insurance products for homeowners every minute of every hour of every day, 365 days a year. And so that scale is really something that sets us apart. The second thing about us is we're not here to disrupt the insurance industry. I came from a major player in the insurance industry. We're here to enable the insurance industry. And so some of it's the mindset. We're here recognizing that we're here to help this industry raise the bar. We're not here to take over the world by ourselves. We need partners, and we're here to enable those partners. And I think the third thing that really sets us apart is we began this with a view always of keeping our fundamentals very strong. So one of the reasons we were able to raise so much capital, we were able to raise capital because we're a high growth insurtech that has never lost track of the fact that you've got to do this at attractive margins. You've got to become a value creating enterprise and a cash flow creating enterprise. And those things really set us apart.
All right, and finally, Rob, tell me, what opportunities do you see in the embedded insurance space going forward?
So it's a huge opportunity. The embedded insurance space is due to grow by over $2 trillion over the course of the next 10 years. And we want to be a big part of that. We want to be an influencer of that. And so if you get the opportunity to participate in a market that by itself is going to continue to grow so much, and you get the opportunity at the early stages. It's tiny today, the embedded insurance marketplace, but we can be such an important part of helping to shape the future of where that goes. So we love it. It also closes a very important protection gap that exists, especially outside of the United States and some of the developing markets. We are sometimes the very first insurance product that a human being has ever been able to purchase in some of the countries that we operate in. And so we love being part of closing the protection gap. We love being part of this growing industry, and we love the idea that we are citizens of the world, being part of helping the world, not just in the United States or in Europe, but across Asia and other countries.
All right, well, Rob, fabulous to talk with you. Thanks for joining me on Floor Talk.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a pleasure.